Hello, explorers, and good morning. Welcome to the jungle. I'm Dr. And this is PT Flora. We're here in the jungle studying plants. Did you know that some of the best medicines in the world are made from the plants right here in the Brazilian rainforest?
But before we get into that, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been to the jungle? What was it like?
Well, as I was saying earlier, some of the best medicines in the world come right here from the Brazilian rainforest. Do you know what medicines do? Yeah, that's right. They make people well. And today we're going to study a Bible story from the book of Luke, chapter 17. And it's going to tell us a whole bunch about a group of people who were really sick, and then suddenly they got well. But they didn't get well from medicines from the Brazilian rainforest. They got well because they met Jesus. So look, we're going to look in the Bible and we're going to tell our story today. PT, do you want to begin the story?
The Bible tells us that Jesus healed many diseases while he was on earth. One very frightening disease that Jesus healed is called leprosy. That's a skin disease that has people get sores all over their skin. The disease, people were so afraid of this disease that they had to live apart from their families.
Whenever they came into town, they had to shout, "Unclean! Unclean!" to warn people about their disease and to keep them away. How do you think that the lepers felt? Well, one day, Jesus met a group of lepers, and here's what happened.
As Jesus was on his way to Jerusalem, he saw 10 leopards huddled together. They were a little nervous because they knew whenever they came into town, everyone would run away. Sometimes people would yell bad things at them, but the leopards knew that Jesus was here, and he thought they might be able to help them.
They stood far away, just watching Jesus for a while, trying to get to him. And finally, they had the courage to say something to him. They said, "Jesus, come help us." What would have happened if Jesus had run away and not helped them?
Finally, one of the men yelled out, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us." What do you think Jesus did? Did he run away like everyone else? Did he ignore the men? Did he call them bad names?
No, not at all. In fact, he looked right at them and said, "Go show yourselves to the priests." Now, that's kind of a weird thing for him to say, wasn't it? I wonder why he said that.
In those days, the priest was the person you could tell the leopards if they were well enough to return to their families. It's what someone did after they were cured of a disease. But even though the men were still sick, they believed in Jesus enough to do what he had said.
Well, all of them took off very quickly to go see the priests, all 10 of them. But no one seemed to care much about what Jesus had told them. Could they have possibly be healed? Would it be possible if they went to say to the priest, "Hey, look at me," they'd be clear of their leprosy and be well forever?
Soon, all of their sores were gone. Their skin was healthy looking again. They had got so excited they could hardly stand it. Jesus had given them a gift that no one else could have given them. He made them well. Now they could go back to their families. The men continued on towards the temple. That is all but one of the men. He was so happy that he wanted to give Jesus something in return. What do you think it was?
Well, the one man returned, and instead of going right away to show himself to the priest, he knelt down before Jesus, and he thanked him for everything that he had done for them. The gift that he gave to Jesus was the gift of thanks. Have you given the gift of your thanks?
Say it again.
Have you given Jesus the gift of your thanks?